this morning for me. I'm coming to you with a get ready with me. I'm getting ready for work this morning, and I do my makeup every morning. For me, it's a very relaxing time, and I usually have coffee, or I usually have chicken broth, which is, if you're on doing intermittent fasting, you know that's one of the things you can drink, so that's one of the beverages of choice. But anyways, I want to just show you a quick get ready with me, like how I would do my makeup normally. There are a few new products that I'm going to be showing, some first impressions, and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to put on, I've already done my priming of my face. I've done my moisturizer, which I have to show you guys. I have to show you that I'm using the Milani Prep Plus Brighten Rose Face Oil. This is lovely so far from what I've seen. This is only my second time using it, but it feels really good on the face. I used a kind of a smoothing primer, I think, or light correcting primer, which is the Ambient Luminous Light from Hourglass. I don't really know how I feel about this. It kind of gives a white cast to the face. I don't know. I'm not a super big fan of that. But we'll see. Now I'm going to put some foundation on. I think today I'm going to use, I'm sorry, I'm at my vanity here, so I'm just going to be digging into my drawers and stuff because it's how normally I get ready. So I want to just make it as real as possible. Again, as I'm going to talk as I go. One thing I'm not, obviously with the lighting, and I'm filming in the morning and it's kind of dark when my curtains are closed, so I'm not even using those right now, so the lighting could be a little bit off, so then might make things look different or the coloring look off. But I want to use the Makeup Revolution stick, foundation stick in F16. It's a little, I think, dark for me, and but I know how to fix it a little bit with concealer. So I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. Put it on. I hate when I get hair in my face. Okay. Now I'm going to start off with a beauty blender and see how that works. This is the Sonia Kashuk sponge, which I like a lot, and it almost works with everything, but I want to see if it works with this foundation stick, because usually I use a brush for foundation stick. Actually, it seems to be covering really well. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to use my trusty pencil. I bought a new pencil. Let me know if you guys want to see like a full drugstore tutorial, because I can. I bought this Maybelline New York brow pencil, microgram. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's okay. I mean, but I think maybe that's also a learning curve because I don't like to use the tiny of a pencil. I actually use the Goof Proof pencil from Benefit, the number 6. And I'm going to show you what I use. I probably will cut out me actually doing my eyebrows. I think that's pretty boring. And I don't even do them that well, so I don't even know if that's a necessity to show. Okay, so I'm back. My eyebrows are on. They are cousins, definitely not sisters, but that's okay. Excuse me. So next, I'm going to use, I think, I have 2 concealers. I'm going to use both. I'm going to use a little bit of the Jouer concealer, well, a lot of the Jouer probably, and some of the Maybelline Fit Me. I like this, but this tone is a little too dark, I think. Let me see. I don't know. I'm debating. I only used it once. This is kind of a second impression right here. So, well, actually, maybe it's okay. I have oily skin, so I'm really going to have to powder this down. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. Maybe I'll keep this. Now, what I do in the morning might seem like a lot for many people, and it probably is. I know when I show my mom, like I've shown my mom my routine, she's thought it was a lot. And it, again, it might be, but you know what? I think sometimes even when I watch other YouTubers, I just take what I like from them. You know, I don't incorporate everything they do. Might look like it actually, after all this I'm doing. But I really don't incorporate everything they do. So, you know, you take from it what you think will benefit you. Again, I have oily skin. So, since I'm layering all these products, okay, and that blended in a little too much, so I'm going to take a little bit of that Jouer concealer. It's just a little bit lighter. Different tone. And I'm going to, I like my under eyes to be bright, especially with this foundation. I really want my under eyes to be a little bit brighter. And I'm kind of taking my sponge and I'm pressing it up because I want to fill in my fine lines. We all have these like little fine lines. So now it's time for, I don't know why my nose itches every single time. Anyways, I'm going to focus. So I'm going to take my my powder, and I got new powder. So I might try, let's see. I have this L'Oreal True Match powder. And I'm going to see about, I'm just going to check and see, like, is this tone okay? This is in W8 Cream Cafe. I'm going to put this on, and then I think I'm going to, like, contour a little bit today. I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm kind of trying different things because normally I use a loose setting powder. Normally. Oh, actually. Oh. This is a buffing brush from Real Techniques. I like this a lot. I love the way it's shaped. It just presses into the powder like that. Okay. That actually seems like it set my eyes nicely. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm just going to use my Huda Beauty. And again, I'm trying to take that shininess down. This foundation already will go shiny. Or oily, not I guess, yeah, oily. So, okay, so far, we'll see how this goes throughout the day. But I will put my powder foundation, my loose powder down. I'll use that. Now I'm going to take another pressed powder, but this is for the rest of my face. This is the L'Oreal Infallible. My shade is Cocoa. And I take this e.l.f. brush, powder brush. And I love this because, again, something that has the surface. I like to pack my products in, really get them into the skin. So I'm going to really pack this in. This goes around the perimeter. It kind of makes everything blend in. And I like how it looks when it blends in here. See, so it's giving me some dimension. So my under eyes hopefully look brighter, at least in my mirror. The under eyes look brighter, and the perimeter of my face is a little bit darker. So it's giving it kind of a shading a little bit. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going to add just a little bit more to that. Now I'm using, this is an expensive, I mean obviously this is more a high-end product. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, powder bronzer, in Mahogany. Anyone who's my skin tone might like. So this is what I'm going to use, but I also have, which I totally need to get more of, I'm sad about, is I love this, it's actually broken too, is this Ebony Bronze CoverGirl Queen. This is also a good drugstore bronzer, at least for dark skin, or deep skin. And then I have some other ones, but this one for now, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my Morphe R7 brush, go in here, and I'm just going to do where you would contour your face, right here. Okay. Put it under here, kind of shade the chin. Hopefully I'm getting rid of that double chin very soon. That's the goal. And then around the perimeter, get your hair in it, of the face. Okay, and one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this bronzer. Normally I don't do this, but I'm just going to see what it looks like. Take a little bit of bronzer. Do contour my nose just a little. Oh, actually, that's a really soft contour. Okay. Again, this is something I picked up, but you don't have to do. As contouring, I like to contour my nose a little bit. I don't know, somehow that structure, I just like, I think it looks nice on me. Even though I don't have a big nose, but I do like the look that it gives. Now, I'm done like with my base makeup. Now I'm going to take some highlight. I'm going to look for what highlight I want. I'm going to use this. I'm using a lot of drugstore products today. I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio highlighter in Molten Rose Gold. Can you see that? Oh, okay. I want to make sure you guys can see this. I love this product. And I'm going to take my Morphe JH07 brush. I'm going to just do that lightly. And I'm just going to pop this at the cheekbones. You can see it's very bright. Obviously on camera it looks even brighter, but it gives I'm trying to do that glow. Okay. Here, this is, and again, if it looks like it's getting too out of hand or a little too wild, I buff it out. And then I put my blush. I put a little bit on my nose. Not everybody likes that. I like it. All it here. I enjoy that. Okay. I'm gonna always have on hand some sort of makeup wipe, at least I do. I always have a makeup wipe or something so that I can wipe my hands, because sometimes we do a lot with our hands here. Okay, I'm gonna do some blush. I'm going to use, okay, I have a very high-end blush that I got from MyMats, which I love, called the Hourglass blush from, obviously, Hourglass. And it's the Ambient Iridescent Flash. So this is what I'm going to use today, but to get that, nice JLo glow. But you don't have to have that. Obviously, there are many drugstore versions. I actually have one that's kind of like mid-range called Note, which is my favorite, and I'll show you guys eventually throughout the time that I'm filming, throughout the next couple months, weeks. But I'm going to take my blush brush, which is the JH04 from Morphe. I love this brush. I love the angle because this gets right in. And so I'm going to put some of this here. And I'm going to put some of this here. cheeks. I don't know what I'm saying here, like you can't see. Put it on my cheeks here. You see, it just gives a kind of a glowy look that blends in really nicely with the highlighter. So I'm done with that. And now, what else am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do a really quick eye. But I think I'm going to end this here. So this is my full face because I don't want this to be too long. Well, we'll see. I'm going to break it here, and then maybe I will continue, or I'll come back depending on how long I can do it. But I'm going to stop the video here. But this is my look so far. This is just my full base face without any eyes or lips. But you get the effect of how I did my face, and I've tried a few different new things. Again, I'm testing out this L'Oreal Match Super Blend Powder. This is I'm testing this out, and I'm testing out this the Maybelline Fit Me. I don't think I like that. It's at least maybe the tone. The look is okay, but I don't know if I like the color. But that could just be a color thing, not an actual product thing. So I'll keep trying this and see what I think. So far, that's my review on those products. Things that I didn't show you, I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set. I love this. This fills in I did my eyebrows with that. So this little tiny wand brush. And you just kind of put it up right there. So that's what I have, but that's something I didn't show, but I want to make sure that I reviewed all those products before we go. And I'm going to spray my face in between with actually I got a little thing, the Milani Make It Last. And I would do, let's see if this makes too much noise. I'm going to do the old-fashioned way. My fan. Have it. I will be back to do the eyes.